Hey, um, first off, I just want to say I'm sorry about the lighting. I do have my big light on, my main light, but this camera is actually built into my laptop, and so is my microphone, so the quality is actually really bad. Also, it's 12:30 at night, so my voice is a bit groggy at the moment. So excuse me for that. Also, I was going to say something else, but I've totally forgotten, so I'll just get straight into it. Okay, this is a response, obviously, because it says response, to the video by Chuck Me Into Hell, from the user Chuck Me Into Hell. I do believe your name is Brian, but I'm not sure. I'm sorry if that's wrong. But the video is titled "A Question for Christians: Suicide." Right. Well, I've been raised as a Roman Catholic. I've been baptised. I've had my first Holy Communion. I'm 17, but I haven't had my confirmation yet. But that's a long story. I'm not going to go into that. Yeah, I went to a Roman Catholic primary school. I went to a Roman Catholic secondary school. I've been raised as a Roman Catholic, but not strict. So it's difficult to explain without someone. It's difficult for me to explain and you to understand without actually being in that situation. So I'm a Roman Catholic, as well as sort of being a spiritualist. But I want to answer this question because about 4 or 5 years ago, I tried to commit suicide, and I just put all my faith beliefs aside and just totally forgot about them, and I wanted to commit suicide. First point I want to make, I'm not too sure, but I do think it's actually 72 virgins that the Islams believe that they get when they die or commit suicide or whatnot. I get what you're saying by Christian teachings on suicide do teach that you go to hell once you commit suicide. That I personally believe that they teach that because what they teach is that God gives life, He gives it. He doesn't just say these two people are going to go randomly have a quickie in the toilet in a club, I'm just going to let her fall pregnant, He wants that lady to fall pregnant and have that child. So everyone is here for a purpose. We might not know it, but we are. So God gives life and God decides when to take life. So for someone to commit suicide, they're taking their own life and cutting God out of the photo or picture. Yeah. So that's one part. Also, I believe that when someone commits suicide, it's because life is so precious. People want to take life because it is so precious. That goes with murders and suicide. You think, some people think, I thought, when I wanted to commit suicide, I thought, oh, my life is crap, I'm ugly, I'm spotty, I'm fat, I'm just never going to be loved, and that was nonsense. People see it like that because they put life up on a pedestal. They say, my life should be like this, and it's not, and therefore I don't deserve to live. I believe life is so precious that's why people want to take it. But I have to say, no one knows for sure what will happen after death until we die. So, I believe that we go to purgatory. We don't go straight to heaven or hell. I believe we go to purgatory and wait for Judgment Day for the battle between good and evil to then decide whether we go to heaven or hell. But my beliefs. But yeah, so you don't know. God may not punish you for actually committing suicide. God is loving, God's kind, He's all-knowing, He's perfect. And that's what, as Christians, we're taught to be. We're taught to strive towards being perfect like God. But at the same time, God is us. He knows what we're going through. And as soon as hang on. As soon as you push God away, he won't force you to believe in him. Yeah, I've got a passage, well, I say a passage, it's just a quote from a book. The book is by Rick Warren, and I do believe, yeah, it says here, Sold World Wide book. Sorry, that was quite gimpy. It's called The Purpose Driven, What on Earth Am I Here For? And for anyone who actually has this book, it is page 125, and it is the little inset in the top right hand corner, and it says, the most common mistake that Christians make in worship today is seeking an experience rather than seeking God. So the way I've taken that, hang on a second, Matt, can you call me back in 5 minutes please? Because I'm doing something at the moment. Can you call me back in 5 minutes? Nothing. I'm recording a video, go away! Bye. Sorry. Yeah, I believe that people see religion instead of actually seeing God. So this book is actually about becoming friends with God and becoming closer to him. And people actually just see religion blind as it is. So your question on, you know, suicide, we're immediately punished. You don't know because you're seeing that in a religion. You're not seeing that as being close to God, you know. And also there's a quote here. It's from Hebrews 13:5, and it says, "For God has said, I will never leave you, I will never abandon you." Now, in a suicide situation, that still applies, you know. No matter what is going through your head or whatnot. I'm not using this as a video to say, oh, don't commit suicide, whatnot. But God is there, you know. He knows why you're doing it. He's not stupid. He knows everything. He knows why you're doing it. He knows the result of it. God holds the book on what will happen and what has happened and what is happening. So you're never alone. I know this video has all kind of seemed tittle tattle, like bits and bits and bits. I'm sorry, but I kind of like watched your video and then sort of had a phone conversation with the person I was just on the phone to and wrote notes down while doing it. So I'm sorry if it all just seems a bit disconnected. If you reply to it or whatnot and don't understand anything I've said, I will happily try and explain it to you. But I hope that sort of solves your question or whatnot about the whole being a Christian and suicide issue. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye!